All right, a little history lesson from the specially uneducated, especially uneducated. I'm sorry. Uh, so King Charles with his disgusting speech. You guys don't need to dig into his words. Okay, he claims to be related, which I'm sure he is, to Vlad the Impaler. What a nice guy. Let me count the ways. Uh, you see, Vlad the Impaler was the only uh, Anglican ruler that has ever turned back a Muslim army without even a debate, without even the two coming out and talking, like they always did, still do. But he also that happened because he impaled miles of people on of his own people on spikes, stakes along the road, so that they saw that cruelty, and then he had been doing germ warfare on them, clandestine, making the sick people stay in the villages that these armies would pass through to infect them, and it was pretty effective. But he also, because these people hoard everything and hate your guts, um, they make you poor. And then when there's too many of you to deal with being poor, they invite you. Well, this Vlad did. He invited the poor of Wallachia to a dinner, to a feast, and eat and drink all you want. And he locked the doors and burned it down. That's King Charles. So England, get ready. That man's a fucking monster of untold proportions. Oh, and another thing that Vlad did, one of his little courtiers or whatever you want to call them forgot to take his hat off when he walked in front of Vlad. So Vlad had it nailed to his head. Yeah, you know, pretty pretty insane. I don't think I'd be claiming any kind of familial relation to that. But so World War I, another peach of a time. Whatever these people, these elite deletes, I like to call them, when they start these wars, they're not fighting. They don't make us fight for anything other than culling the population and appeasing these beings or whatever they're communicating with. Call it Satan, I don't know. But it likes the smell of dead bodies and sulfur. Two of the biggest things you're going to get in a war zone, because the gunpowder and the dead bodies. So World War I, which we are still fighting, there has never been a World War II because it was a repeat of World War I, which is still going on right now. So there's something about that area, some kind of entity or being or something. Something's there, and it's not good. And yeah, they're just culling the herd, man. There's too many of us, and they can't have that. And the way I've been seeing things, like all these old cults, the Druids, was it the Mayans? You know, anytime one of these little groups starts gaining foothold and getting people to it, and they're doing, they may sacrifice an animal or whatever. They're not doing human sacrifice or none of that shit. When they start attracting attention to themselves, here come archons, the ordainers of destiny. Yeah, they're not going to let you uh, create something that's positive. So when you start making a little bit of attention for yourself, here comes the archons, the ordainers of destiny. Yeah, It's my idea. I know it's crazy, but when you dig into all the old stuff, ancient civilization stuff, you find out these groups always go wrong, and I don't think it's organic that happens because I've read a lot about this stuff, and these groups are always peaceful. Quetzalcoatl. Okay, I know that Quetzalcoatl. I'll go back. Okay, so Quetzalcoatl was poisoned, right? And he was the Mayan ruler. He there were no sacrifices. There were offerings of flowers and fruit. That's it. No sacrifices. But then come the English, and I don't know, I could be wrong. I should probably shouldn't talk about that. But anyhow, if you just look at the Mexican flag, it tells this story of the war scroll from the Dead Sea Scrolls, the sons of light, the sons of darkness, the eagle, and the snake. The eagle's grasping the snake. That eagle is Yahweh. Okay, the spirit of the air. Okay, it goes all the way back to ancient Sumeria. Look it up. I don't like making videos and shit, but look it up. And the snake would be Enki, or in this case, it would be Enki's son, Thoth, Hermes, maybe even Enoch. Uh, it's this weird stuff from Sumeria, man. I'm not a total expert in it. I'm grasping at straws with this stuff because I'm trying to figure it out so fast. But that flag tells the story of everything we need to know. You know, is exactly what's anytime a civilization or a people's to get to a certain point, just like World War I, right? Who was the first to sign up for World War I? The best and the brightest, and they were fed to that machine, and they did not give a shit because we were getting out of control. We're too damn smart. Got to cull the herd, man. Yep. So we're still fighting World War I. I refuse to say there was a World War II or a World War III, and it's all the same bullshit, and they're doing it so that these things, whatever they communicate with, can smell the stink of dead bodies. Yeah, kind of nice. It's liberal, and we love it. But that's not even really a comparison to what the Vatican, I believe, has us in. I believe they have us trapped in a cycle of reincarnation to send our sons to war to tax us into poverty. That's your Vatican. And I love the Bible. I love all the books. I love them all. I read them. I read them all the time. I don't know. You tell me. They got their torture tools over there in the Vatican Museum, and they're proud of them. Yeah, the pear, nasty little thing. But yeah, I know I'm crazy, and I don't care because only the paranoid survive.